All right, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into some really interesting material. It's all about muscle hypertrophy, the science-y term for how our muscles actually get bigger. So our goal here is to really unpack the core ideas from the sources we looked at, figure out what the key factors are for, muscle growth.
Yeah.
And what's kind of surprising right off the bat is finding out it's not just one single thing. There's more to it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The material makes it pretty clear there isn't just one mechanism. It seems the body has two main ways it can trigger growth inside the muscle fiber itself, different pathways.
Right, okay. And the first one, that's myofibrillar hypertrophy. So if you think of the muscle cell, like a little factory, this is about building more machinery. Is that kind of the idea?
Exactly. You're increasing the myofibrils themselves. Those are the tiny engines, the contractile parts that actually generate force. Think ropes, like you said.
Yeah.
And the way you usually stimulate this, according to the research, is, heavy lifting. Lower reps, maybe in that, say, 4 to 6 rep range.
Heavier weights, fewer reps.
Got it.
And the result is denser muscle, stronger muscle.
Well, that's the idea. Denser, stronger muscles. It's really targeting that raw strength, that power output capability, building a more powerful engine.
Okay, makes sense. So that's the engine part. What about the second type the material talks about? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy? What's going on there?
Right, sarcoplasmic. So this one focuses more on increasing the volume of the stuff around the myofibrils. We're talking about the sarcoplasm, that's the fluid inside the cell, glycogen stores, minerals, other non-contractile bits.
So less about the engine, more about the fuel tank and maybe the space it sits in. What kind of training triggers that?
Typically, it's more about moderate weights, but for higher repetitions, maybe 8 to 15 reps, sometimes even a bit higher. This increases the muscle's overall size, its volume. It gives you that pump feeling, that fullness.
Oh, the pump. Okay. So it makes the muscle look bigger, but maybe doesn't add the same raw strength as the other type.
Precisely. It's more about increasing the fuel reserves and the, let's call it the support system within the cell. It can definitely help with muscle endurance, though.
Interesting. So two different goals, two different approaches leading to slightly different adaptations. Engine versus fuel tank. I like that analogy. But the material also stressed some things are just essential. Non-negotiables, right? For any growth.
Absolutely. Regardless of the type you're aiming for, some principles are fundamental. First and foremost, progressive overload. Your muscles won't grow unless they have a reason to. They need to be challenged more over time.
So you can't just do the same thing forever and expect results. You have to keep pushing.
Exactly. More weight, more reps, more sets. Something has to increase gradually. Otherwise, you just plateau.
Okay. Progressive overload. That's crucial. What else?
Volume.
Yeah.
Total work done. Sets times reps times weight. There needs to be enough stimulus overall to signal that growth process. And then critically, recovery. This is huge.
Right, the growth doesn't actually happen in the gym.
Not the building part, no. That happens when you rest, when you sleep. That's when the muscle repairs and rebuilds itself stronger or bigger. You absolutely need that downtime.
Makes sense. And I'm guessing nutrition plays a big part, providing the building materials.
You got it. Protein is key, obviously. It provides the amino acids for repair and synthesis, but also just enough overall energy calories from carbs and fats to fuel the whole process and support recovery. Can't build a house without bricks and energy for the workers.
Bricks and energy. Good way to put it. Anything else?
Consistency. It's a slow process, muscle growth. It's an adaptation over the long haul. You need to be applying these principles, the overload, the volume, recovery, nutrition consistently, week after week, month after month.
Right. No shortcuts. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we pulled from this deep dive. We've got two types of growth. Myofibrillar, think denser, stronger engine parts, stimulated by heavy, low-rep work. And sarcoplasmic, think bigger fuel tank, more volume, stimulated by moderate weight, higher reps.
That sums it up well.
And for either type to happen, the research is clear. You need that progressive overload, enough training volume, solid recovery, the right nutrition, and just plain consistency. Understand that really helps clarify why different training programs exist and what they might be aiming for.
Exactly. It gives you a framework. You can see how the stimulus, the training leads to